Hello, lovely humans, and welcome back to my channel. Before we get launched into this video, I want to let you guys know about this really fun opportunity that we have coming up to do a little bit of a meet and greet type thing and maybe get some vendors for your big day. I will be doing the San Diego Bridal Bazaar at the Convention Center on January 12th. All the details will be in the description box below, but if you guys want to come along and come say hi, maybe check out some of the other vendors. The Bridal Bazaar people have very kindly agreed to give you guys free tickets. So if you go to the link in my bio and use code Jamie, you will get 4 tickets for free. So if you guys are interested, want to come by and say hi, maybe find some more vendors, definitely check out the link in my bio. And again, use code Jamie for up to 4 free tickets. This code will last until Christmas Day, December 25th. So you only have about 2 weeks, so jump on it as quickly as you can. I cannot wait to meet some of you guys. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Oh, and if you guys didn't know, I also have a second channel where I do lifestyle content. And this year we are doing Vlogmas, and it has been so very much fun to be doing this with me and my family. So if you guys are interested, hey Vlog fam, doing a little time lapse for them over there. Jump on over, subscribe over there, check it out, and join us for Vlogmas because it's full of cheer and a very messy house. So for this week's video, I thought it would be a great idea to test out some Amazon backdrops. It's a little mini haul, if you will. I gave myself a couple of limitations. I didn't want to spend over $50 on a backdrop, and it needed to take up a decent amount of real estate. So it's not like I was going to spend $50 on something that was really small and couldn't be considered a backdrop. So we'll be going over how easy they are to install, how much coverage they provide, why I picked them, like what visual interest they add, and if they're reusable. Because I'm a huge fan of making sure that something that you buy for your wedding can be reused if possible. And of course, the cost of each of these items. We'll be starting with the cheapest one and ending with the most expensive. Here's the reason why I think backdrops are really cool and pretty important. Backdrops can be used in a couple different places. Behind you guys at the ceremony for where you're getting married, behind your sweetheart table, or they could be for a photo booth or behind your dessert table. And those are just the 4 options I'm thinking of off the top of my head. Those are the most common places that you would see a backdrop, but it's a great way of adding flair and style, and if you get one of these 4 without spending a lot of money. Backdrops provide a good anchor for photos and a great focal point. So especially at a ceremony or behind a sweetheart table, it really kind of frames you guys really nicely. For a majority of these backdrops, I used a pre-existing copper pipe setup that I have that's about 5 feet wide by 8 feet tall. All of these can be attached to a wall if needed, either using 3M hooks or zip ties. I think zip ties are so underrated. You guys, if you are getting married at a venue that says that you can't permanently attach things with nails or tape, which is most venues, you can't affix anything to the walls, zip ties are for sure a game changer. So without further ado, let's just jump right on into it. First up on our list of super affordable backdrops, we have this Shapes Garland that has both circles and stars. This thing, obviously, as you can see, was ridiculously easy to install. I was surprised for how cheap it was, the amount of coverage that it offered, because this copper arch is 5 feet wide by 8 feet tall, and these strands were practically touching the ground. I think they offer like 39 feet worth of coverage, and for $12, that is a screamin' deal. I picked these out specifically because I felt as though they added a lot of visual interest. The way they catch the light, the way they kind of gently move, it just adds so much visual interest in a space that didn't have anything before. So if you're looking for a backdrop on a budget, I highly, highly recommend this one. I can't say that it would necessarily be reusable because it did tangle pretty dang easily, but if you're really careful about tearing it down, you could probably reuse this again. Oh, and if you're gonna hang it, be sure to hang it slightly different than I did so you don't have all these circles lining up in a row. Next backdrop, coming in at $19.99. It was a little bit more complicated than the last one to figure out. It came really, really tangled. If you are going to use something like this, just keep in mind that it was probably the most complicated one for me to put up. What I didn't realize when I bought it, though, was how much coverage this had. I mean, honestly, it was 15 feet wide. Like, I had no idea that it would have this much coverage. So I actually went back and forth and looped it across this 5 foot by 8 foot backdrop like 3.5 times because it's 15 feet of light coverage and there's more strand space on either side. This backdrop would be perfect for a large wall that you just want to add a little something to. This also would work wonderfully behind a sweetheart table or a dessert table. I will say it took a long time to put together, and if you're doing this for your event, I recommend doing it a little bit more cleanly on the top than I did. As you can see, I didn't make it super clean on top, but one thing that you can do is either tighten up all those strands or cover them with a bit of fabric or florals so people don't see the mechanics of how it's being hung. But in the end, for 20 bucks, I cannot believe how well this turned out. Next up on our list is a macrame backdrop. Now, I don't know if you've ever been on Pinterest, but these things are all the rage right now. They're also ridiculously expensive, and with good reason. Macrame takes a long time to make, so to find one for $40, I had to jump on it to see if it would be worth it. And you guys, it most definitely is. For 40 bucks, you get macrame this size. Yes, please, and thank you. Again, it offers visual interest as the strands kind of move in the wind, and texture because of the rope element. Now, it was definitely too small for this specific backdrop. I would say something a little shorter and a little thinner would be absolutely ideal, or just hang it off of a gazebo wherever you're getting married. I still can't believe that I got a beautiful macrame backdrop for 40 bucks. Like, this is blowing my mind, y'all. These are not normally this cheap, and I'm really happy with it. Our last and most expensive backdrop arguably had to be my favorite. Coming in at $45.99, it's just under that cutoff mark of 50 bucks that I was really trying to stick to. As far as setup time was concerned, there was a little bit of effort that was needed to resuscitate the flowers after shipping. I actually found it to be fun, easy, and relatively therapeutic to do, but that is something to keep in mind that this will take some prep time. Now, they did come with these little 3M hooks to attach to some sort of wall, backdrop, what have you, but I did not use them because, to be totally honest, I'm going to reuse these in my daughter's bedroom, and I wanted to save the 3M strips. So I ended up just using a mixture of Scotch tape and blue painter's tape, so if you see some blue painter's tape in the video, I'm sorry. But I want to reuse them. I didn't want to just leave them on my dining room wall. Once I got all of the flowers fluffed up, it was actually really easy to get everything put together. I purposely went for an asymmetrical corner effect, but of course, because all of these are individual pieces, you could put this together however you wanted. You could have them centered over your sweetheart table. You could have them on a corner like this. Y'all, paper flowers are so expensive. And again, just like the macrame, with good reason. It is so hard to find good quality paper flowers for an inexpensive cost, and these, my friends, these are amazing. And I'm so thrilled that I found them, and I'm so thrilled that I tested them out, and I'm so thrilled that I'm gonna use them in my kid's bedroom. If we're being really honest, I'm just happy I get to keep these. I do think they're reusable as long as they're packaged well after your event, but they could get crushed in transit, so that's just something to keep in mind. They also offer several different packages that come in different colors and have different amounts of flowers. So this actually wasn't even the largest package that they offered. They had one with more flowers and more leaves in it as well. They also have a peach and a pink color, so you could figure out what works best with both your palette and your wallet. This video was so much fun. I had such a great time scouring Amazon for some really good deals for you guys. If you do decide to get one of these backdrops for your event, please feel free to share it on Instagram and tag us at JW Coordination. I love it when you guys tag us in posts or comments or stories. It's just so exciting, and I love it so very much. So let me know which one was your favorite in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, let me know as well. This one was really fun. I enjoyed it immensely. Again, don't forget to check out that link for free tickets to the San Diego Bridal Bazaar on January 12th to come on and stop on by and say hello and come hang out. And maybe I can hug you and hold your face and tell you thank you for watching in person, because you guys are so stinking awesome. So that's all we have for today, folks. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you haven't done so already, like this video and subscribe to this channel for more tips and tricks for the modern day bride. And until next week, bye guys.